Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday night. That means one thing. It's time to huddle up. Huddle up. We're going to talk a little bit of football, building up here for preparation for this year's season. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. You guys know I love football, but you got to do things right, and I'm going to bring in a couple of incredible people to do this with me as we do it every week. First, let me remind you that, hey, if you got the phone number to the channel, you're welcome to call in tonight, comment on a segment or something we're talking about, throw your 2 cents in there. We welcome you to do that. That's not a problem at all as we do. It's part of the show. Also, if you want to ask a question or throw a comment in you want specifically to one of us, please make sure you highlight at Dole Whip Dad or at Myers and the Mouse or at Pete McDevitt. We'll do it up. We'll try to bring in as many people up there on the screen as we can throughout it. Welcome in Paul Engel. Jesse's here. Raleigh Creative. Jeannie's here. Daniel's in house. Dole Whip Dad somewhere around here floating around. Space Mountain Dave is here. I saw JB is here. Disney Freak in the house. RJ, what's up? Great to see you, buddy. Cricket Fox in house with us. I'm sure we'll see. I know there's more of you. I'll get to you in just a little bit. At the end of the show, we will take our speed round, as we call it, okay? Where you'll be able to shoot questions to us left and right. I'll throw it to the boys and get their answers for you really quick. This is an interactive show if you're finding this for the first time. Tony Clark, first baseman, Detroit Tigers in the house. What's up, brother? Great to see you in here. So let's get this rocking. Let's have some fun. If you're going to have a strong team, you got to have a Hall of Fame wide receiver. You got to have a Hall of Fame running back. Ladies and gentlemen, I got both of those in these two gentlemen here. What's up, Myers and the Mouse? Dole Whip Dad is having, look at that. That might be the best picture I've ever seen of Dole Whip Dad.
That's what Jeff looks like when the Chiefs beat his Cowboys. Every time. That's the look.
That right there is priceless. He's having he's got some weather issues by him in Texas. And I'm going to sit here for a minute, Kelly, because I'm having fun with this right now. He just said he's restarting his computer for a third time trying to get around it. We're going to stay right here for a second and just hang tight. Welcome in. Let's see who's in here. Paul Engel, Hatbox Ghost is back in. Who else? Who else came in? Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. So we're having a good time.
So Pete, this is a perfect opportunity to ask Jeff. Tell us. Oh, no, never mind. He left. Okay, go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
Oh, boy, that stinks. JB, are you still in here, buddy? Michael Disney Dad, what's up? Brittany Morgan in the house. JB, if you're still here, I'll show you something real quick while I'm waiting for the Dole Whip to come back in the house. Nothing like getting sour Dole Whip, and that's what we're going to get tonight. He's going to be grumpy. It'll be fun.
He's going to be in a good mood tonight, isn't he?
Oh, he'll be in a fantastic mood tonight as we get going here. JB, let me show you what I used for your membership, buddy, real quick while we're waiting on this. I want to make sure you're happy. I went and found this, and I used that for your membership. Are you good with that, JB? Let me know, buddy. I want to make sure you're happy, and I thank you for supporting the channel, bud. So let me come back in here and bring up the guys here. We'll come back in. We'll come over to this one. He'll be back in a few minutes. So, Kelly, football week, we're ready to go. We're going to talk weeks 9 and 10, which should be good. Got a lot of news and stuff. Yeah, it looks awesome. JB's happy. I'm happy. That's a good thing. So we're going to talk about a lot of football here tonight, as Dole Whip Dad is just using language on my chat that he shouldn't be right now in my text. He's not doing it here. He is not happy. So, it's Jeff in-house. Great to see you as well. I don't want to start the first news segment. I want to give Dole Whip Dad a second to come in. So let's talk about who we have here, guys. This is Myers and the Mouse. This is Kelly Myers. Kelly is a diehard Kansas City fan. He's been lucky enough to win a Super Bowl recently, played in another one just like that. Hoping to
Well, I didn't play.
Right. Well, you feel like you played, you know.
Oh, that first year, that first Super Bowl that we've had here just 2 years ago, I was exhausted at the end of that game.
All right. Here comes Grumpy Dwarf. Ready? Hey, Jeff. We can't hear you now. Now we can hear you.
Hello, guys. How are you?
There he is.
I hit the mute because I might be saying words about my Wi-Fi that I don't want you guys to hear. How's everybody doing tonight?
Stacey Rogers told me that's the best you've ever looked and sounded while you were sitting there frozen. letting you know. All right, now we can get rolling. Thank you, Jess. Yes, for my moderators, please keep putting these two gentlemen's links in throughout the night. They are both incredible creators. What's up, Holman? Great to see you. Great to see you. Let's get rolling on news and content topics. First third of the show, we'll be talking about different topics that were out there, getting the feedback from these guys, bringing up feedback from everybody in the chat. Let's get this party started. Let me bring it up here now. I got Dolphins Dad back in here. Let's talk about the first topic of the day that I'm looking at. Ranking the quarterbacks, NFL, for this year, okay? This is what came out recently from CBS. You see 1 through 10.
I hate this.
Okay? I'm gonna let Dolphins Dad start just because I know he's in a good mood after all this.
A little grumpy, actually.
Jeff,
there you go. All right.
Your thoughts on this top 10 that was posted out there on the NFL Network?
Did you make this?
No, NFL Network.
Because clearly it was somebody who was drunk, high, stupid, whatever. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes on top. I'm sick of it. Honestly, it's probably right, though. I mean, if we're talking about for 2021, my prognostication, I put Josh Allen right at the top. Yeah. I'd probably go Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, but I don't really want to talk about that either right now. You start off a question with me saying nice about the Chiefs. I was already grumpy. What the heck?
That's what we're doing. Kelly, your thoughts on this list?
Oh, I love this list. It's starting off with my buddy there, Patrick, because we're on a first name basis now. So, and anytime I'm at least 5 spaces above the Dallas team or the Chargers, I'm happy.
I mean, the Dallas quarterback only had 1 leg, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Well,
excuses. That's all I've heard for 2 years from you. Right.
Brittany says why?
No,
so
I'll be honest with you. I would have, and it pains me to say this, I would have put Tom Brady up there probably in 3rd. Believe it or not.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
And I'm not a Brady
just
fan.
His second half.
I'm not a Brady fan.
I'm more and more. I am. Just his second half in the playoffs. He's number 1. Come on.
Well,
but the first half, not so much.
Here's my question. First off, and I agree with, hey, it's Jeff in here and also Brittany. I think Josh Allen should be a little higher than 5th, and I definitely don't know why Deshaun Watson is even up there over top of Dak and Justin Herbert and Kyle Murray. I don't put him up.
I actually agree with that.
Any of those guys. So I was kind of shocked at this when I saw it. Daniel says Kyle's underrated. I'll keep putting your guys' chats up on top there, so as we go through. Jeff, whether Jesse's talking with you, talking about stuff at the desk.
She's not wrong. I was just out. We were saying goodbye to family. It's like 800,000 degrees outside.
Did Kelly just boot us? I'm not sure what just happened there.
I try not to look at that middle screen.
Okay. Why not?
Maybe.
Put on your pants, dude. Put on your pants.
Hey, it's a Zoom call type thing. I don't have to wear pants.
There you go. Well,
Enter Jeffrey Tubin joke here.
Kelly's point about Tom Brady, there was an interesting stat. We'll talk about it next week. I saw it right before the show, talking about some of the records that he holds for Tampa Bay already after 1 year. There's records that he holds.
Wow.
So that's kind of incredible. We'll talk about that.
I mean, who's the second greatest Buccaneer quarterback of all time? I don't even know.
I don't know. Danny Werfel. I don't know.
Danny Werfel. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go on. Next topic here. Let's talk about this one. These are quarterbacks that were drafted first overall, who started all 16 games their rookie year. And I think you're going to be surprised at how they did. Now, of course, you look up there, you got Manning, you got Carr, Bradford, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, Winston, and Kyle Murray. So let's take a look at their stats and dig into this. Kelly can start this one off after he takes a look at it. Look at some of these interesting stats for how these guys started off on their career. And give me your thoughts as you look at that list and those numbers.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be, Peyton was going to be, his first year was trash. I mean, for him, but it was not just him, but his team as a whole. I mean, he did have 3,739 yards, but still came up 3-13.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at all of it a little bit, but that's the one that stood out the most to me personally. But yeah, I absolutely see that.
Good point there by Griswold. Dad, your thoughts looking at this list?
I mean, who went 11-5 with 4,300 yards in their rookie year? That's starting off your career, right? My goodness.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. The guys who are getting draft high, I mean, honestly, no joke now. Why did Mahomes do so well right after the gate, right? There's so many. Ben Roethlisberger, go back a few years, because they weren't drafted in the top 5, top 10 even. They were lucky enough to be in the middle or even in the back. Think about Ben Roethlisberger a few years ago, or even way back in like 83. Elway went to I ain't playing for the Colts, but then you get Dan Marino playing from, the Dolphins and went to the Super Bowl year 2, I think, and then never went back. But, point being, you want an offensive line for a rookie quarterback, and you're probably not going to get him if they're number 1 pick. So it's kind of a rough list to do well on, if you ask me.
Yeah,
and frankly, the Andrew Luck year, which I pointed out, why did they get the first round pick or number 1 pick? Because Peyton got hurt. So that was kind of a fluke. They already had a good team, so that's why he stands out.
Yeah, that is why he stands
Agreed.
out. Where do you think, prognosticating, obviously looking in the future, thinking about the number 1 pick with the Jags, where does he kind of fall in this mix this year for what you're thinking? Right. Kelly, you go first.
Jeff, go first.
It's hard for me to project. It's a new word. I just made it up right now. You're welcome. I think that to guess what the Jags do this year is going to be really tough. I mean, and even if they do well, I don't see him having a big statistical year this year because it's not going to matter. They're not a Super Bowl contender yet. I like what they're doing there. I'll be watching them. Everybody will be watching them this year. I think that he's probably, team-wise, 5 or 6 wins, 7 wins is probably more likely than a playoff run. But will he be making them salivate for the future? Yes. Will the stats be beautiful? Maybe not. I don't know. That was a lot of talking. I'm not really sure.
No.
Kelly,
No, he brings up excellent points. I mean, it's kind of hard with the Jags. They got a lot of good things going on. Is it all together? Is everything going to come together sooner than later? And I kind of agree with Jeff. I don't think it's going to be sooner. I think it's going to be a little bit later before you're going to see them really become more of a contender.
I agree.
Well, and again, phone lines are open, okay, for anybody who would like to call in and discuss anything with us tonight that has the secured number to the channel. We appreciate
Congrats, ELS. That's nice. Good for you.
Congrats, ELS. Happy for you. Good job. So you're welcome to call in tonight and be a part of what we're doing simultaneously as we go through. All right, let's jump to the next topic. Career NFL pass throws. This is interesting by quarterbacks on the Jets roster. Everybody has a 0 except for Jamison Crowder, the wide receiver, who has a completion in there. Interesting. I don't think White or Morgan are going to see any playing time personally. But, Jeff, why don't you start this out? Your thoughts on this slide and what you think Zach Wilson might do this year.
I appreciate this. So I've been out of high school since 88, 87 football season. So any records I may have had, and I had none, any of them that I did have gone along in the wayside. But I'm actually tied for second on the Jets roster right now. So that makes me happy.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I'm just looking at what they're getting paid, what I'm getting paid, and I got 0 too. So I want to know how I get on the Jets team because I can have the same record and probably do just as good.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know who James Morgan is.
I have no idea who James Morgan is. I didn't look him up. Anna Isabel,
yeah. I feel like I know rosters pretty well, but I never heard of that guy. But whatever. Okay.
Well, and I truly believe in my heart of hearts after watching Zach Wilson in college that this kid has the potential to be a solid career quarterback in the NFL as a starter. Potential. Okay, not saying he's going to do it, not saying Hall of Fame or anything. I'm just saying his skills at college right now showed pass reading, showed route reading, showed defense reading, everything I saw, arm strength, all that. I saw.
You know what I saw? You know who the winner of the draft really was? Not the Jets, but do you know who, Kelly? Do you know? Pete, do you know?
I know what you're going to say, the Cowboys.
It was Zach Wilson's mom because she's not hard to look at. I'm telling you, her Instagram blew the heck up, and Zach didn't like it. So,
well, hey, hats off for Zach.
I was just going to say the Chiefs because they solidified that line so well this year.
No.
Honestly, I just saying because it was wise, but I know I'm talking about the Chiefs again, but.
Are you? What a shock. Oh, I had no idea.
Right. Well, I'm interested to see what this guy's going to do this year and as they slowly begin to build around him. And hopefully after the first game, he'll have more completions than Jamison Crowder for the Jets as they go into it. So, all right, jump over to topic 4 as we're on here. Topic 4, I thought this one was interesting here. Baker Mayfield in Vegas right now. I want to get you guys' thought on it. And Jeff, you can start. I think you started the last one, so it'll be Kelly's turn. Baker Mayfield in Vegas is the most popular MVP bet at plus 2,000. A $100 bet lands you $2,000 in Vegas. Jeff, hold back, because I know you're a Baker man. Kelly, I'm going to let Kelly go. Let him go. Go ahead, Kelly.
What happens in Vegas needs to stay in Vegas. I just don't see this happening. I just don't. I'm not going to put Baker Mayfield down. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't think that's happening this year. I just don't.
I think they're going to be a better team. Go with Dad.
They will be better. I agree with that 100%. I think they're going to have a good season. MVP season? No.
Okay. Go with Dad.
$100 on Mayfield to win MVP at the end of the year will be worth $0. $100 on Bitcoin will be worth about $400 or $500. So this is stupid. Baker has 0% chance. He is better than I want to admit. His stats actually are pretty good, but I just don't see. He's a top 3 or 4 guy on his team. No.
Okay. Interesting. I thought that we got a lot of comments in the chat. A lot of love both sides of the paddle right now, or I guess both sides of the football field right now, going back and forth as I threw that slide up there.
I like Hatbox Ghost's comment. Come on, he plays for the Cleveland.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting. So
I like Hatbox Ghost.
We'll see. All right. Hold on. Here's another one. Here's Raleigh jumping in here. I don't agree with Baker being MVP. You got to have a complete team to help him. That's a great point. That is a great point. If you're going to get the MVP, you got to have a great surrounding.
They might have a good year though, and they could have a good year, even if they do. He ain't the MVP.
And Molly's right. They do love him in Cleveland. He is absolutely loved in Cleveland. And you know, to Baker's credit, he is committed to that city. He's doing charity work. He's out there doing all kinds of stuff. I love that part.
To Cleveland's credit, they've been drunk since '83. The whole city has been, so I wouldn't worry about what they think.
But I do think that's a good point. An MVP, it takes a team to make an MVP player. It does.
Yeah.
It does. You don't have the last place team and have the MVP player. You don't. It takes a team to make that happen.
Belichick thought that about Brady too, but not so much.
Yeah, that's true in the moment.
Bubba Wallace, guys, says Tannehill, Mahomes.
Phone lines are open for anybody who'd like to call in again tonight. We're leaving them open throughout. Don't forget, we'll have rapid fire at the end of the show. All right, let's jump over here to this one. This will be Jeff's first to start. Top 5 running back breakouts for 2021. Now, I've already put my names into the computer here, so all I got to do is hit one button. Mine will pop up. And I want to wait and see always how it compares to you guys. Moderator says, don't rip Dad. Some things about Cleveland are good. Don't get monorail mad.
Two things. Ready? 2 things. Hall of Fame for rock and roll and planes exiting.
Oh, Lord, don't whip Dad. You're going to get
maybe Drew Carey. Drew Carey, maybe.
Tonight. Molly, I'm sorry. He's in a grumpy mood. I don't know what we're going to do with him tonight. I don't know.
Hey, Lucas.
Brute says, shut up, don't whip Dad. Stop picking on Molly.
That's not what he said. You know that's not what he said.
I paraphrased it because it was kind of rough language. I didn't want to put Groot's language in there. Welcome in, Cricket. Let's see. Cricket says, Johnny Manziel won the Heisman but was a bust. How can these new kids be looked at after that not to lose the same way? I don't know. It's a good question.
It's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. A lot of great talent steps up into the next league and is bust.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. You just don't hear about it because that's not what they typically talk about.
Yep, absolutely.
They talk about the winners, not the ones that don't perform.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go over to these running backs. These are breakout running backs. This is somebody who was a rookie last year who could have a breakout year this year, or somebody who's coming in that's a rookie that you think will be strong? Let's start with Dole, Whip, Dad on this one. Give it to us. Give it to us.
Well, I mean,
wanna
you
hear
got him
Chiefs
right on the
comment.
screen there. Jonathan Taylor's got to be on everyone's top list. I mean, he had a pretty big, although weird year. Week 1 and 2, if I remember correctly, kind of broke out. Then he kind of disappeared for a while, and then he came back. I like the kid. I like the team. I like the O-line. I think he's going to have a big year. And he's obviously on screen, so that's what I'm thinking of. If you want rookies, that's tough. I think, to say Chubb's going to have a breakout year is silly because he's had such a good career already, but I see him having a big year. Just talking about Cleveland. There's something good about Cleveland. Luke, whoever that was, Lucas or something. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah. That's the only ones that really jump out at me as I thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like the backup in Dallas, but I hope he doesn't play a lot. But I don't know. I can't think of nothing else.
Okay. Myers and the Mouse. I know you got stuff in your house you're ready to throw at us. Let's go.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Well,
Come
he's
on.
already a star. He's already a star. That's not a breakout.
Already a star.
Like, is Tom Brady going to have a breakout year? Come on.
No. This is his second year.
Which is true.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, but he had a massive rookie year. He had a I expect him just to continue that, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm looking at guys that didn't do it as much in their first year as rookies that are now going to get
I wasn't thinking along that. You had DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor, Cam Akers.
Yep, that's a great one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You know, Dobbins, Baltimore.
Yep. So Kelly,
that's a good one too. Let
me throw out my 5, and that might give you guys a couple to chew on as well. So my 5, I had Najee Harris, J.K. Dobbins, David Montgomery, thought it'd be a good one, of course, Cam Akers, and Jonathan Taylor. Those are the ones that I was.
I will say that a lot of stuff I'm reading about is right now. Harris is in the articles a lot. A lot of people expect a lot from him. I'm not going to pretend like I have any knowledge there on him at all. But yeah, I think Kelly's list is better than mine on this one. That was pretty good.
I think Harris is going to have a good year. I think it's going to be a difference between a win and a loss record that they had last year with Pittsburgh, because Ben's finally going to have somebody that he can rely on. So,
I like what Hayes Chef says with putting Entonin in there. Geez, I can't even talk tonight. That was a good one.
And next week we will talk about the top 5 tight ends coming in. So it'll be another topic that we'll talk about. So new ones.
Hey, Rob.
Robert Fuzz coming in. Rob, I can't get to your. Maybe I can. Let me try.
Hey, Rob.
Bubba, you might be right because they've got a couple. Well, they've got the other stud in there too. But we'll see.
It's a good mix. Rob Fuzz. If you're not calling in with Bon Jovi, I don't want you calling in.
I'll be there for you.
I'm going to talk to Bon Jovi when you call in. That's interesting 5, and we'll see what those guys do, especially with fantasy and stuff coming up. All right, let's jump over to this one. I think the Browns and Chiefs are definitely neck and neck. Kelly, this will be your turn to talk about this thought. This is what Travis Kelce, your tight end, said about the Cleveland Browns. So now, you may not think Cleveland's there, but your tight end apparently does. How about, what do you say, Myers and the Mouse?
Hey, everybody's got an opinion. Look at this guy down here, right? And I call him my friend. He's looking at something probably different. He's probably got a different thing in his mind, and he could have, of course, this is taking it out of what context they want. Was he talking about their defense? What was he talking about? Was he talking about, it's kind of, is this his overall comment?
Overall comment about being a contender for the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I agree with what Bubba Wallace guy's saying in there. I don't know. I think that the Chiefs are taking a step back, looking at you, Kelly. I think the Browns are taking a step up, and I think neither one of them are likely going to be there in the end. I think we're looking at Buffalo. I think we're looking at Baltimore. Doesn't mean, it's June. We got a long way to go, but they're not my top 2 teams in the AFC right now.
I can't disagree with Bubba Wallace. I think the Browns defense has very much stepped up. I haven't seen what the Chiefs are bringing to the table this year. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a better defensive year for us. We just didn't work on the offensive line. And there's some sleepers out there that we may still pick up. There's a couple we're looking at that could be very dangerous on our defense. So, I don't know.
It's funny you bring that up because I have a slide on that for next week of the players that are available to be picked up. We'll be talking about that next week.
Okay.
But that's a great point, Kelly.
There's travel. The Browns only go to the totem bowl, so they aren't neck and neck.
I think we're ignoring.
I think the Browns are going to have a good year.
The Chiefs are going to be the team that everybody's going to be predicting. All right. For me, it's going to be Buffalo. It's going to be Baltimore. It's going to be Tennessee. Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be my Chargers. Those are the teams that I think might go. And that's ignoring Cleveland, and that's ignoring the Colts and Pittsburgh. So I don't know. I'm not saying the Chiefs aren't going to win it. I'm saying it's my opinion this is the year they take a step back. And
so what? Tell me about the Chargers, though. What do you think that the Chargers have stepped up enough that they could take the Chiefs?
I think they had a great offseason. I think we get our safety back, which is huge. I think I love the offensive lineman we picked up. Justin Herbert was a rookie and is not anymore. I'm not saying I guarantee they overtake him. I can't pretend like the Chiefs aren't good. Everybody's going to be picking the Chiefs. Everybody's going to pick my Chargers second as a wild card. I'll tell you, unless things change, I'll be picking the Chargers to win the AFC West and the Chiefs to be a wild card. I mean, it's a long way to go, but I really like the Chargers offseason a lot.
I think the Chargers are going to be very much a challenge for the Chiefs this year. I really do. There's no doubt. But I just don't think they have that edge.
Well, but we're talking about the AFC as for the slide. For me, it's Buffalo and Baltimore. But again, it's June. But there you go.
Things could change, maybe. I don't know.
Exactly. And that's why we throw this stuff out there to just kind of chat and chew on it a little bit. You know, we're going to prognosticate a little bit. Everything that we pick or we're talking about here is based on everybody being healthy. Obviously, if you have major injuries, totally affects everything. Yeah.
If I can be blunt, I mean, I thank you. I will try to have the hot take. I love that. But if I'm being serious about my opinion of the Chiefs, we got to see their line. Like, you know what we know about the Chiefs? Their line wasn't good enough in the end last year. I know they got there. They had amazing talent. What do they got? 4 new linemen this year? 3 new linemen? I don't even know. So we'll see. I think the Chiefs have more holes than anybody in the top 10 or top 5 in the AFC in the offensive line for sure. So,
Orlando Brown will close up some of those holes for him. He did a great job here for us.
Yeah, you may be right. He
wanted a massive contract. The Ravens weren't willing to do that because they had already invested into 3 other linemen with massive money, and it would have killed their – it would basically the way it would have worked out if they'd have done it with him, it would have killed their cap. So they didn't want to do that, and so it is what it is. So
I agree with Hayes Jeff again.
You know, like father, like son with him.
Ooh, Bubba Wallace. I like that a lot. And I'm not going to – see, we're ignoring Tennessee. We've talked about Tennessee very little today. So this slide, I mean, Tennessee, come on. They just added an elite player, and they already had Tannehill, who I do love as an MVP. That's the money. I don't know what the odds are there, but if I wanted a non-obvious MVP pick, especially in the AFC guy, Tannehill might be the guy. Man.
I don't know what the numbers are on Tannehill. I have to check it out. MD Gaming, what's up? Welcome in. Great to see you guys here as well.
Dave with the Go Lions, all sad and lonely down there. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, Dave's loyal to his line.
You know what? Detroit's not. It's not Cleveland, but you're looking up at them. And if you were here earlier, you know what that means.
All right, let's jump on that.
Somebody in the chat was talking about the Colts needed to step up. I thought the Colts did a good job last year. I really did. They
seem to like
better than I thought they would do. I think you guys picked the Colts to do as well as they did, if not better. But I thought they did step up last year.
I actually didn't.
They can do it again this year.
I'm a huge Phillip Rivers fan, and his last year for the Chargers, he was throwing like a punter, so I was not expecting much. But he did better last year. He threw 2 years ago for my Chargers like Tua threw last year for the Dolphins. Another hot take for you. But I think that Wentz could be an MVP, and Wentz could be a crying baby. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. All right, let's jump over the NFC. Matt Legge says there is no possible scenario that Justin Fields starts week 1. Andy is our starter. Justin is number 2. Is that a bold statement? Is it a smart move? Is it a dumb move? Kelly, start us out on this one.
I don't think Justin Fields will. Do I think they should probably start him? I think so. I don't think it's going to happen though.
Okay.
I just think that's there's a mental thought process to it that maybe we don't understand, but
interesting. Okay.
I think Andy will be the starter, and I think they'll run with that. And I don't think it's smart.
Okay. Jeff, your thoughts on that?
I disagree with MD Gaming. I think it's not only the smart move, the obvious move, the only move. Two things I'll say on this. Andy Dalton is a good quarterback. He's taken teams to playoffs. He would have taken my Cowboys to playoffs last year, but he got COVID and then he hurt himself. He is a real top half of the NFL, certainly middle third of the NFL quarterback, starting NFL quarterback, in my never so humble opinion. It's a great move. He will be the best quarterback on the Bears this year. Now, does that mean he's going to start the whole year? No, it doesn't. When Fields is ready, obviously you don't use a first-round pick on Fields and not put him in as soon as he's ready. So Dalton will be there as long as Nagy knows that Fields isn't ready, and that could be the whole year. If Dalton's playing good and they're in contention, he starts all 16, I bet, if he stays healthy. Do I think they're a playoff team? I don't. Do I think Fields is going to be a really good player? I do. Do I think Dalton will be the starter most of this year? I do.
I agree with Jeff on all that. I think the one thing that I'll say about this slide is I think the most predictable thing is that most Bears fans will end up like that Bear mascot on the ground with their hands over their head, saying, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
I want to be the funny one. That was funny.
Right. I love the Bears. I think they do a great job. It's just they've had some rough time there. We've had some great comments in the chat. Sean's been awesome. Bubba Wallace. Raleigh's had some great ones.
Bubba's been great all night.
You know, we're getting some great comments in the chat. That's why I'm putting them up there, everybody, so everybody can see them, so nobody misses what's being said. We're looking at them as we go through, and these are some fantastic comments. Even Cricket coming in from Australia. Fields can't get the experience he needs if he doesn't play. What that's true. That's true.
Totally true, but they're not going to make. I mean, it's about the playoffs, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, they're going to try and start it out where they want for sure. So let me see what Hatbox has got. Wentz full of people. Although it's a nice. I was talking about with Wentz over there. So in his Colts. All right, so interesting there. All right, topic number 8. I thought this was an interesting one as I went through and looked at stuff with where people are and everything. There we go. I got to bring those widgets up for the first time we do the stream. Dirk Emery, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Great to see you.
Hey, Dirk, what's going on?
The most receiving yards for a tight end in their first 3 seasons in NFL history. NFL history, guys. Kittle up there at number 1, ahead of Ditka, ahead of Gronkowski, ahead of Jimmy Graham, ahead of Winslow. Now, granted, Ditka was really not during a throwing time. Okay. It was a little bit more of a running game there, but that's an impressive number. Jeff, start it off. Your thoughts on.
Well, I like what you said, Pete. That tells you how freaking great Mike Ditka was. They threw the ball 8 times a game, and his stats are there. Number 2, Kittle year 3 last year. He only played half the year, or 4 games, or 6 games. So that's how good Kittle is. So that's really impressive for those two. And I will say, as a Charger fan from San Diego, look at freaking Kellen Winslow. And that is not Kellen Winslow Jr., who was a putz. That is Daddy, who was a freaking Hall of Fame.
Dad Builds, welcome in. And I saw George is in here with us as well.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this slide?
Sean, you're right. Kittle's a stud.
Ditto. Yeah, I mean, I saw Dick and I went, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But the point you guys bring up is absolutely true. You got to look at the time frame and how was the game played back then? You know, it wasn't people airing out 70-yard passes and stuff like that. It was grinding and just digging. So that's pretty impressive.
And what were Kittle's numbers last year? I mean, if he has a 16-game season, whoo, he's up over 1,000 over Gronk, maybe. Yeah,
absolutely.
Crazy.
So it's interesting.
Hey, Dad Builds.
I thought it was an interesting talk. Yeah, Dad Builds is in here. I'll be hanging out with Dad Builds a little bit later tonight over on his channel. He's doing a hangout tonight, and he asked me to come over, and I said I'd gladly accept. So, all right, let's go to the next slide here. Let's talk about this one. I thought this was kind of interesting. One player from each NFL division set to break through for 2021 in the opinion of the NFL Network. Take a look at the list. Who jumps out the most to you on this list? Jeff, I believe it's your turn. Next week, I'm going to have a check mark next to each of your names for who goes first. That way, I can't let Jeff, Dole Whip Dad boss us around. But I'm going to let Jeff go first this time. Who on this list jumps off at you?
Brandon Ayuk. I think he was amazing last year. Did he get hurt? I think he might have gotten on the COVID list.
Yes.
I'm not going to pretend like I thought that much coming out of the draft. I mean, he was, everybody was talking about him, but wow, was he good last year. So he's the one that stands out to me. I mean, Pittman's a stud, Hardman's a stud. I love that you throw Jameis Winston on there. No, but Ayuk for sure.
It is what
Yeah,
it
H, Jeff, and me are on the same page. I mean, Jameis Winston, does the NFC South have no one to put on there? Come on.
Obviously not. Kelly, what are your thoughts tonight?
Well, I'm going to talk about Hartman. I mean, obviously, Sammy Watkins in his absence, McColl's going to step up into that role. That's the expected thing to happen for that. So I think that just the natural occurrences of him stepping into that role is going to make him break out by itself. I think Winston, really.
A couple people in chat are honest. They like him. I don't know. Whatever.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Saints will be under 500. I think Winston could be a breakout. Well, we'll see. We'll see on that one.
So you got Pittman up there for Raleigh. Sean says I think Winston can break out. That's interesting there. Jonathan Chong, JC, what's up? Welcome in.
Hey, Jonathan.
We got the Disney Freak is in house. That's a good thing. Blake Overton for the Cowboys if he stays healthy, Griswold says. For Jeff's Cowboys could be a breakout. Bubba Wallace says Pittman isn't even the best receiver on the Colts. That's it.
I like Pittman, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't stand on. Ayuk is much better than him. So
George, I like George.
Sean Wilner says I just like Winston as a player. Okay.
That's interesting. So, that's interesting.
I mean, he's clearly talented. I mean, but I don't know.
I'm in Indy, and I can't believe Pittman's on this list. I think I'm looking at. I watched him play last year, and I think a year under his belt is going to help him in the NFL. Is your linebacker for your Bills, Edmonds? I was definitely impressed with the way this kid can move and what he could do. So, Kelly,
and I've read good things about high school. For that matter, if you're talking about the backers.
I was just going to say, Bubba Wallace. He does make a good point. We got to remember this is also a 17-game season. This is going to be a little longer, a little harder. It'll be interesting.
I love it. I love the fact that we're getting the extra game. I think it's going to be better, and we'll see how they
I hate it. It's an odd number. It's like the entire fandom and everyone in the NFL office never took math freaking class. What are we doing here?
Kelly, watch this. You want to see things explode? I think that having 17 games is way better than 18. Go ahead, Jeff. I know how he feels about that. He's so passionate about that. I really want. I hope they go to 18 next year and make it even.
18 cents. 18 I don't hate. So if anyone is unsure why odd is bad, I can't help you.
So you know what I see happening, and I think somebody just put it in chat too. I see you're going to have some of these teams that are going to get to the last 2 games of the year, and their starters are going to sit on the bench because they can't. Because they're going to be that far ahead, and it's not going to be competitive. It's not going to be as good. It's for some teams it'll happen that way. For others, it'll be a dogfight to the end. It always is every year for some of them. But some of these teams are going to be far enough ahead that it ain't going to matter, and they're going to win it, way back, and they're going to coast and let their starters sit.
Okay. I can tell you how this would. Pete, do you want me to get serious for a minute on how you can make the 17-game season work? If every team had one neutral site game, which the NFL, are you listening? Fire the idiot in charge and hire me. He's an idiot anyway. You all know it. And you want to have a game in London? You can have a game in Mexico City. You can have one in Toronto. You can have one in, I don't know, Hoboken for all I freaking care. You can have one in New York because neither New York teams play there. You can do whatever you want. You could have 17 games and make it fair. I hate the freaking. This is how much I'm mad at the NFL. You're making me be on the side of using fair in my argument. I hate that. But it is so stupid to have half of the league has 9 home games and half of the league has 8.
Gotcha.
Stupid.
That's a good point. Welcome in, Matt, Kenzie Dace's boyfriend. And also Will coming. Will Bannock, what's up? Welcome in, guys.
Oh my gosh, I have to agree with Jeff on this. Okay. It should be even home games. Play one that last odd game needs to be in a neutral place. I do.
How hard is that? Like, these people are stupid. They're stupid.
There's a great point by Griswold too about the fantasies and all that, how it ties up. All the stars are sitting out when you're playing fantasy and doing your Super Bowl. That's a tough thing.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing as is. So
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe that's their plan.
If it's Jeff loves Godell. He's a big Godell fan. So
Who is what? Who's a fan of what? No one is a
smart.
fan of Roger Goodell.
I'm being smart right there.
Okay, because I'm going to argue with
There's
somebody.
a very big clown image right next to his name. I think he's
okay. I see it now. Yeah.
They can pay me $1 million if they would like it to do it just as good. Raleigh says.
I know. I could do it in my jammies from the house and be better than him. Are you kidding me?
Bubba says play the final game in Canada for all it's good.
Well, what's hard about this? Every team could have at 1 week. Every week they could have a game or two in a neutral site, build the fan base. Come on.
That'll be good stuff.
Easy.
All right, let's go. Next topic here. Let's talk about this one.
Hold on. Disfinity. We need to raise the bar. You're right, by the way. You're not wrong.
All
Look
right.
at Ryan Fitzpatrick looking like Conor frickin' McGregor. I love it.
This is Kelly's one to start on. Ryan Fitzpatrick, as of once he gets to start this year for Washington, will have played on 28% of the teams in the league. Okay. My question here, as you look at this, is Ryan Fitzpatrick going to make a difference in Washington at all? Kelly, say you. Go ahead.
First off, this looks like the movie poster for what was that apocalyptic movie that Thunderdome or something like that. Anyway, no. I think he can literally say, I've played on almost a third of the teams in the NFL. I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Okay.
No.
Jeff, what do you think?
Kelly, I'm happy to say you're wrong again. I love Fitzpatrick. I love this guy so much. I want to be him when I grow up.
He's so loved that he's been on 28 teams. Come on.
I know. Come on. That's 28%. I love him. I wish they would leave him alone. I wish they would let him play. But since he's on the Redskins, I know their team is. Do you love the Redskins? They can't even have no name. They can't even go with the football team. They're as dumb as Goodell is dumb. I'm pissy today. I love Fitzpatrick. I hope they take him out because I hate the Redskins and I want them to go 0-16. But Fitzmagic is the stud. Did you see him pull out something out of his beard the other day? I love this man.
Well, and here's what I'll say. The interesting fact, I don't think they'll make that much of a difference in Washington. I think they'll be competitive, and as they
their defense is good, dude. Their defense is the real deal.
Very good, but he's going to be a clock manager for what he's done. He'll do the basics. He's been around all these teams because he's been good as a backup. I don't think he's an elite starter, but he'll fit the mold until they find somebody.
If my Cowboys stub their toe, the Redskins leave Fitz in. They win the East. I think the Cowboys are going to roll, but I might be being a homer there. Oh. They're the only team that is a threat, in my opinion.
All right. I like it. I will say this. For all of our friends that are here
Jeff,
in the chat right now watching that follow the Disney content in the Disney community, right there how Fitz is dressed right in the front, that is how Diz Our Dreams streams. That's exactly the way he looks when he's
That's what he looks like.
If he was that pretty, I would be watching every single. I mean, that is a manly man right there, Fitz. Look at that.
He has the open shirt, the hair going. It's Diz Our Dream. That's how
it's like. Yeah, it's like Conor McGregor and a lumberjack had a baby.
He looks like a sheep. He needs to be sheared. Come on.
That's Fitz magic. You look at Diz Our Dream. It's dream magic. That's what he calls himself. Whenever something good goes, it's a dream magic. So.
It's like ELO, remember Electrical Dream Magic.
All right, let's go into this one. AFC West rookie contract that are key to the 2021 success. Of these ones here, which one is the most key to the success of the team for the rookie contracts? I know what I picked already. Jeff, this is yours to start with.
So I think I'm confused on your question. Which contract is the most key, or which player on these?
All these people have rookie contracts, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Which one, keeping it at the lowest possible rate right now, helps these four teams the most?
Yeah. By far, it's Herbert then, because he's a quarterback. Quarterbacks. That's why the Cowboys and they're out of this now. But when they had Dak on the third round salary, boy, that was a win. That was a huge win. Now Herbert's a first rounder, but. Clearly, the longer you can keep your quarterback on a rookie contract, the better your contract status will be. So, because of position, it's Herbert by a wide margin.
Okay. Kelly?
I'm not agreeing with Jeff.
Good.
So
Tell Roger Goodell I said hi.
I honestly say, I'm a big Chiefs fan. Just mention it. Just saying. I have to say it's Herbert, but I'm not agreeing with Jeff.
I'll say numbers-wise Herbert, but I think the most impactful player that's going to make an impact on his team more than most is going to be Draymond Jones. I think Denver has to have defense in that division to have a chance against the Chargers and the Chiefs, to even have a chance. I don't think they have the offensive power to keep up with either team. I don't think they have the offensive power to keep up with the Raiders, personally. So they've got to play defense. And I think Draymond Jones making a big impact on this one.
Our chat is always good, but tonight it's freaking on fire. You guys are awesome. I agree with Jeff. I agree with Bubba.
Yep. Yeah, we're having a good time tonight. Almost had 40 in the part of the night. George says he's agreeing with me. Love it. Thank you, George. Appreciate it. So everybody's coming through. We'll keep highlighting the chat. We'll keep bringing it in again. We appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. We're going to do this every Thursday night, building up to the season. Let's talk about this. Which 2020 last place team will win their division in 2021? Which one's it going to be?
This is for me or for Kelly?
Jeff, it's yours to start. I'm going to put check marks next week so you know.
I mean, I don't hate the Bengals here. I think that there's a chance there, but I think obviously of these teams, the one that has the best chance is the Niners. I'm not saying I'm picking them. I'm not saying I'm not. It's June. But the Niners have a pretty dang good team, so I'd go with the Niners there.
Okay. Kelly, your thoughts?
I think if anybody had a shot, no. Gosh. I agree with Jeff. Honestly, I don't see any of these other teams having a chance. I just don't.
Bengals would be the only other one that have even a little chance.
There's some teams in here that are going to have good.
Kelly, time out.
They're going to have good They're going to have good seasons, but they're not going to win their division.
Oh, all of them, or like who are you saying? I didn't hear you said.
None.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I thought the Falcons had an outside shot before their trade. But a very outside shot. But I'm talking like 5%. Bengals, I would give them maybe 10%. Niners, all four teams are pretty solid, so that's a hard one. But the Niners are good.
How are you saying that the Bengals have a chance to win the division against the Steelers, Cleveland, and us? Are you nuts?
I've been clear. I think the Steelers are going to take a step back. I like Baltimore. I do like Cleveland. But I like what they're doing in Cincinnati. But I said 5%. I mean, come on, 5%. You got the Jets on there. They're not even gonna get 5 wins.
That's ticking me off by 5%. Absolutely none of these teams. Brittany says absolutely none of them.
You can tell I exist to make people happy. You can't just
absolutely.
Okay, Pete. What about you?
Yeah.
My team, I got to go. If you're laying percentage money in Vegas, my money would have been on the 49ers in this one. But I think if you're looking at oddball stuff that may throw a quirk in it, God, I don't think any of the other ones have a chance, honestly. I really don't. The only one is this
Space Mountain Dave is dying for you to say the Liners right here.
No, there's no way they're not going to beat Minnesota. Even they're not, the Bears, they may contend with the Bears, maybe. Yachty, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Green Bay even without Rodgers, it would win though.
All right, Pa, and you're hanging out with us. Love them. Pa's always welcome to call in, Yachty. You guys got my phone number if he ever wants to call in. Benji here for the moment in the house with us as well. If you have my number, the secured number,
Benji.
If you have the secured number, you're welcome to call in at any point and talk with the group, talk with us as part of the show. We do welcome you to do that. But we'll see what happens.
Is it me or does it Pete sound like he's like talking to us? Everybody's like on a secure sat phone or something.
Well, it is my tied in with the DoD phone, so it is my line. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, if you call in and you're doing things that you shouldn't be in the world, they'll find you. Kelly knows. All right.
What are you talking about?
Here's a good one. I like this one when I saw this. Ranking new NFL coaches for best franchise situation. For best situation for them for the franchise. Kelly gets to start on this one. Take a look at the list. Tell me, who do you think is in the best franchise situation as a new coach? Hey, Randy, what's up, buddy?
This is
I actually would flip 1 and 2. I think Urban Meyer is in a better position than Brandon is,
Okay.
and I would probably rank the rest of them the same.
Okay. Interesting. Jeff,
Yep.
your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what he said. I like Staley's position a lot. They both have elite young quarterbacks, so obviously that's the place to go. What I love here is Detroit has 3 teams below them. So yeah, Arthur, Robert, David, keep your resumes ready.
Well, and my key here as I look at this and do it and go
Hey,
through
Jason.
it. What's up, Jason? Welcome in.
Good counting.
Not sure why. Okay, Mouse here is magic as well with us. I like the counting, Jason.
I mean,
So
good
my
job.
thought here is, I would have it on this. In my mind, I would have it as Jacksonville 1, Chargers 2, Jets 3. Upstanding franchise position.
Jets 3?
Here's why I have the Jets 3. I think, and I think that those 3 teams, and I have them in that order for a reason, I think the commitment by the ownership to make moves, to spend money, to invest in the team is there over all 4, 5, 6, and 7, if I put them down there. The Eagles, the Lions, Atlanta, and Texans, in my mind. So I think the investment is going to help them if they're willing to go out and spend some money and put it into it. I mean, Jacksonville's already shown it. Chargers are building something really strong out there. I think they're a little further along than these other 2 teams as far as where they are.
Thanks, Jesse.
What are you laughing at, Kelly?
Here for the moment says Texans are a hot mess. I think they're doing it to take the focus off the Astros.
I love the comment. I love the
Trash
comment. Great comments there all the way around. Glad you guys having a great time here tonight as we hang out and talk with the Kelly.
Do you know what I hate more than Roger Goodell's decisions?
Kelly's
Houston
decision.
Astros. Well, I mean, but Houston Astros in general. The trash cans.
You didn't even let me answer the question. You got to at least let me answer those questions.
I mean, not really.
If you want that thing. So, all right.
Dad builds with the hot take. Ooh.
Dad builds. I don't see Urban Meyer lasting in the league. Interesting. Dad builds jumping in there with a good point. Might not happen. We'll see.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree. Jorge or George Alvarez, I totally agree with what he just said.
I just need to say something to Jeff right now. Do you know what the best thing about living in the backyard of Disney is?
What?
You live in the backyard of Disney? I mean, you kind of answered your own question.
At any time, you can just...
Ah! Shut up.
That's the best part about...
If somebody breaks in your house tonight or tomorrow night and steals that, he looks a lot like me. That is awesome. I want that.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, Kelly.
When we're done, I need to know where you bought that. I have to have it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That is a pretty cool thing. But hey, Kelly.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know, but it's not as much fun as being able to take your magic band and touching it. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Look, I don't worry about that anymore. You know why? Kelly, let me. You can go ahead and do that all you want. Let me explain. Because see, when I do that, I had one of those here, and every time I did that, I went here like this. The magic band goes flying off the head. So it doesn't matter.
Pete, what happened? Did something happen this week?
What
the heck? Nothing. I'm being not funny. That's pretty freaking funny, dude. I like that.
All right, here we go. Ranking the most impactful NFL trades this season. This has a list of some of the bigger ones that was in the league. Your thoughts as you take a look. Jeff, it's your one to look at first. They got it number 1 at Stafford, being the number 1 here. Stafford, then the Eagles trade for Wentz, then the Julio trade. Number 4 is Sam Darnold going to Carolina. Number 5, the Broncos acquiring Bridgewater. Ravens giving up Orlando Brown to the Chiefs at 6. And then it goes down from there to Seattle, Arizona, the Patriots, and the Chiefs again. Chiefs making 2 trades. Look at this. Starting it off. I think it's Jeff's turn to go, I believe.
Well, I mean, I'm going to disagree with Hey, it's Jeff for the first time tonight. By definition, the quarterback is the most important position in any sports, at least American sports. So the Stafford, the Goff, the Wentz, the Darnold. I love Darnold getting a new spot. I love him with C-Mac over there. I mean, obviously it's a addition for helpful for Wentz. I like it change for Goff, but mostly I love it for Stafford. Bridgewater, not so much. I would put probably the Orlando Brown one up a little bit, but Julio. I mean, if I had to tell you the one I think is the most important, it's going to be Stafford because I think he's the elite quarterback of those quarterbacks. I mean, Julio with Tennessee, though, it is impactful. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking in circles there. Stafford's got to be number one.
David brings up a good point about Orlando Brown again. It is a great point there. And Yachty, you have one football emoji right now, and that is because it's the off season. You'll get more. I've already got a bunch that Dad Builds has loaded us up with. We're baseball season, football a little bit. Give me a little love. More coming through. Kelly, your thoughts on this list?
So on this list, I look at it, and one of the things because I'm a big picture kind of guy.
Are you?
Yeah. So look at the big picture here. Who has the most impactful top 10 trades there?
Well, you talk about the Chiefs having two of them.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Are you in a cult? Are you drinking Kool-Aid as we do the show?
And it's cherry, so it's red, so it makes it really good. Hey, don't lie. I know you got Chiefs memorabilia in your office.
Anyway, do. I brought Chiefs memorabilia to give you. I'm just going to mail it. Damn it.
You heard it here, folks. He owns Chiefs stuff.
I mean, I run a resale shop, so all kinds of crap comes into my life.
So Jeff makes a very good point. Anytime you look at these lists, if there's a quarterback involved, they're almost always going to put it there because it's where the most impact is going to be. It's going to be the most visible out there. No one says, "Oh my God, that one lineman, he's amazing. That's the one guy that made the team." They don't talk about the lineman. They talk about the quarterback 99% of the time, right?
Rightfully
so. When you're looking at impactful stuff, that's why that's going to be up there, and it just is. It's probably one of the better offseason trades this year.
Well, and you're not going to like my comment, Jeff. I actually think the one that's going to be one of the most impactful. I agree that Jeff is 100% right on the quarterback making the impact, but I think the one player
who clips all your audio, clip that right there.
No, we don't clip that. Here's my thing.
One of these days, I'll figure out how to do it.
I really think the biggest impact overall, that could be the surprise impact, is going to be the Chiefs acquiring linemen. That's huge. I mean, they were a Super Bowl team last year, and now they're filling a hole that was their problem. So that's where I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't. You said I was going to disagree. I don't. He's not a quarterback, and the other ones are, and he's not Julio Jones. But I agree. I mean, the top six here. Well, the top five should be Brown over Bridgewater, but they're all massive.
Okay. All right, let's run through this here real quick. I've asked my moderators, please throw these guys links in. Please continue to put their links up. Kelly, Myers and the Mouse, quality content from Disney all the time. If you like Disney parks, Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, all that kind of stuff, then he will bring you to the 4 parks in Florida and bring them
later,
to
Sean.
He'll be live tomorrow from the parks all day, Magic Kingdom. Don't Let Dad not only does Disney content as that. Good night, Sean. Don't Let Dad not only does Disney content on his channel with news and information and chat, he also does Creator Talk, helping creators grow. Please keep putting their links up throughout the night. This will give them a chance to get their drinks for a second. My partner channels with sports that I've been working with lately, everybody, doing a good job as well. These are sports-only channels. If you like football, European football, Ali May's doing a great job over there on his channel. And Valhalla Sports Talk, he does the Dodgers and the Lakers, and he does the Kings over on his channel. You can check them out for more specific stuff. We want to invite you to join the Pick'em League, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. We want to invite you to join the Pick'em League that we've got going. Now, we have the link pinned up at the top of the chat right now. If you haven't joined yet, why not? This is a free league that we have, and it's free because of Clean Look Cleaning Services. It's real simple. It's on a website. You go in each week. You'll pick a winning team. You get a point every time you do. We'll have a ranking list. Don't Let Dad was in the top of this list all last year. I
love that guy.
Outdid me and Kelly, I got to be honest. The winner will receive a $150 Visa gift card. I've already received the money for the league and for the gift card from our sponsor. So they're doing it. Again, I should remind you. So go up to the top of the stream, find that link, 1 entry per person, free to get in. We're going to talk about it during halftime of every game we do. And again, it's brought to you by Clean Look Cleaning Services, Manchester, New Hampshire. We thank them. Commercial cleaning, 30 minutes and up. They're in fantastic. They're just a fantastic. Look at that floor, spotless clean. Yes, JC, it'll start when the season starts. Week 1 of the season, not the preseason. Week 1 of the season. Get in there, get signed up, get it going as is. All right, let's jump in. We're going to talk, guys, here as we go through about we usually do week 8 and week 9 or week 6, week 7. This is week 9, week 10 analogy. I am actually going to be away and indisposed during these times, so I will not be broadcasting these games, but I wanted to talk about them with the guys. Jeff may do it from home. I don't know. Kelly may.
Yeah, I'll talk to Kelly about it. If we're going all season, we're not going to let it go quiet. So I'll work something out with Kelly.
If Kelly does it at his house, I may show up at his house for this. I don't know. That might be good. I could do that down there, too.
You got the do-do-do-do-do noise, so you're good.
So week 9 brings up Jets and Colts. Kelly, why don't you start this one? Who do you think pulls this one out, week 9, Jets and Colts?
Jets and Colts?
Yes.
Colts.
Okay. Jeff?
I really do. I think the Colts they're gonna have a good year this year. I think they can push through this year.
Okay.
I think they take the Jets.
Welcome in, Nathan. Jeff, your thoughts on this one?
How come you give Kelly the easy ones? It's the Jets. Obviously, the Colts are going to win.
Yeah, I agree with it. Pretty much straightforward. All right, so I'll also be out of it for
Later, RJ.
Sunday night. I'll miss Sunday night. So this one, we're going to let Jeff go first. You got the Tennessee Titans playing the Rams. Jeff, your thoughts?
Great game. Love both of these teams in general. Love both of these teams for the possibility of having big years. Tennessee, again, it's June, so don't hold me to this for now, but if I had to pick today, I'm going to pick them in the AFC Championship game. I really like the Rams. I really like Stafford. In LA, I'd probably go with LA here, but that's a tough one. It's going to be a really good game. Could be a game of the year.
Like it. Kelly, your thoughts?
I'm going to go with LA.
Okay. I'm on Tennessee on this one. I think Tennessee pulls what on paper looks to be an upset. I think they're going to be interested to see, so we'll see. Monday night that week for week number 9 brings Pittsburgh and the Bears in Pittsburgh. Jeff, this is Kelly. Start. So Kelly, you go first.
Week 9. I'm going to pick the Bears.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Bears. I got a feeling on this one. I don't think the Steelers are going to be as strong as they were last year. So I'm going to pick the Bears.
Okay. Jeff?
Well, I agree with Kelly in that I don't think the Steelers are going to be as good as they were last year, but I'd probably take the Steelers here. It's in Pittsburgh. I'm not enamored with the Bears yet. It's hard to pick a week 9 game between two middle of the pack games, our teams. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay. Thursday night going into week 10. Unfortunately, I'll be on the road for this, and I'll be down away. This is one maybe I could come over and watch with Kelly, which wouldn't be bad. Kind of fun. This would be Jeff's game to call first. You got the Ravens visiting the Dolphins. Jeff, you're up.
I like Baltimore to have a big year. I like the Dolphins to stumble, so I'll pick the Ravens on the road for sure on that one.
Okay, cool. Kelly?
I would like to pick the Dolphins if I could, but I can't. And it was just to make Pete crazy. But I do. The Baltimore's got a solid team. They've had a solid last 2 years. I have to pick Baltimore, even on the road.
Okay, interesting. That's good. Okay, I'm glad you're at least. I don't want to have to go.
I feel like, and I know you love Baltimore, but I'm not kissing your butt. I feel like people are forgetting how elite Lamar Jackson is. I feel like I don't know how we ignored him last year because he wasn't as good as the year before, but who would be? I think people are sleeping on him.
I do think I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. I think the Ravens will win, but I think this will be a closer game than people think. I don't know. Jeff's got some good points tonight. What do you think, Jim Rome?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Jeff's being phenomenal tonight. He's been calm after that internet thing. So
I used to love Rome. Long time. Yeah.
All right, Sunday we get back in the saddle again as a group, hopefully, because I'll be back in town. Hopefully these guys will be good to go. This will be a big one. Kansas City and the Raiders Let's see, Kelly, I'm going to let you go first on this one because it's your Raiders, because I know Jeff's just going to tick you off. So let you go first.
Look, if Kansas City was in last place, I wouldn't pick the Raiders. I can't do it. It's against my religion, just so you know.
Okay.
So I'm picking the Chiefs.
Okay. Jeff?
Losing my religion. I hate the Raiders more than I hate the Chiefs, and I don't think the Raiders are going to be good, and the Chiefs are elite. So this is an easy one. You make me pick the Chiefs like every week. You find a way to make me do it, Pete.
I'd like to point out there that there was one team that beat the Chiefs last year was the Raiders. I'd just like to point
More than one.
That's true.
All right.
I think Tampa Bay did, didn't Tampa beat them? Kelly, hold on. I need your help, Kelly. Did Tampa beat Kansas City? Okay.
Tampa Bay has a football team?
Pretty sure.
What?
Good Lord.
By the end of the year, he'll be a Bucs fan. He'll be wearing his hat every week.
Oh, come on, man.
Not going to happen.
Good.
Was that Snoop? We got Snoop on the show?
Good Lord. Every time Jeff comes in here, I just got to be like, hey.
What you talking about, lady?
Was that Webster? Who was that?
All right. That's all right. All right. Finish it up. Week 10, Monday night. We'll be back in the saddle. This should be a good one as well.
This will be good.
49ers and the Rams. 49ers and the Rams. Jeff, we'll start it off with you with the 49ers and the Rams.
I like both teams a lot. I think they're both on the way up. I think the NFC West is really hard to pick. I'll take the Rams. It's at home, but with the caveat that we'll see. It could change. But
Okay.
I like both teams.
Okay. Kelly?
Yeah.
That's good. That's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to pick the 49ers just because I just have a feeling that they're gonna take that one. It's too. You're right. It's deep, long way into the season. We'll have to see how it goes, but I'm gonna pick the 49ers on that one.
Okay. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing what those two teams are going to bring in. You know, it's a good matchup.
The Rams got Bobby Brown. That's Whitney Houston's ex. That's pretty cool.
I think so. What?
Every little step.
Can't touch this.
Oh.
That's
No,
MC
wait,
Hammer.
wrong one.
I think
Every little step.
it's going to be a good game. All the Jeffs are excited about this one.
All the
Noah
Jeffs.
Dad likes it. It's Jeff likes it. I think Diz Our Dream is all about that as well. I think he's excited about this one. I don't know. We will see. All right, let me jump down here and see what we got next coming up. Let's jump into the questions as we finish out the night. Let's hit the questions hard. All right, here we go. Question: who is your favorite number one overall all-time pick? Jeff, I'll let you start this one. Favorite number one all-time pick?
I'm thinking. That's a hard question. I mean, I was a big Elway guy. I didn't like that he was a Bronco, but I loved watching that guy play. I loved the draft. Now I love the draft now, but that was hard to go against Elway there. Oh boy, this is a good one. I love Bo. I'm gonna go with Russell Maryland. No, I don't know. Elway. I'm gonna go with John Elway. Yeah, I wanted to be him. He fired the ball. It fired out. Back in high school, I tried to do it. My arm still hurts. I couldn't do it.
Okay, Kelly. What do
Jeff
you
George.
think?
Yeah.
Of all time,
Yep.
Terry Bradshaw.
Jamarcus Russell.
Great pick. Great call. Mine is the guy.
Jason Nudo for the win.
Mine is that's the guy that's on the screen. I'm a huge Bo Jackson fan. I wish he would have had a chance to do it his full career. Unfortunately, but
Only guy in the NFL with 2 runs of over 90 yards. That's amazing. Jerry Rice was not number one.
no,
Jerry Rice was in the middle of the first round. Yeah. Bo was amazing. Made the Pro Bowl and the MLB All-Star game in the same freaking year. That's insane, people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably said it. Bo knows. Absolutely. I'm a big
And
Bo.
one of the best baseball cards ever. It's worth like a nickel, but still.
I'm a big Bo fan. All right, Kelly, you can start this one. What's the best division in the AFC?
Mike Vick.
Overall division. What's the best division in the AFC?
West.
Kelly says the West. Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. Jeff, what do you say? Hold on. First, that's what Kelly says. He says the West.
Jeez, I'm an idiot.
Go ahead, Jeff. You're up.
What's good? 26. Barry Sanders was not the first overall pick, but that's a good one. I loved him. Peyton Manning. I didn't even think about that one. I'm going to go with the West too. Yeah, I think I'll go with the West. I mean, 2 teams that I think could be elite.
Good
Wait,
Lord.
That's hard. Though.
wait. Pete's going to say the North.
Go ahead.
Well,
Pete.
I almost did.
Go
Pete.
ahead.
I know. I'm doing my little.
I'm waiting for
I'm
Jeff
using
to
the
finish.
force to know what you're going to say, and you're going to say the North.
I'm waiting for Jeff to finish.
Oh, I'm going to say the West too, but the North is. You could say the North. Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is I think it's a tie right now. The North and the West both have 3 teams that are incredibly strong and one team that's kind of there trying to find their way. And I think, honestly, they're going to beat the snot out of each other pretty much the whole year, and that's the bad part. Thank God the West, we don't play. I don't think we play the West. The North doesn't play the West this year as much. I don't think. I go back to the full schedule, but
I mean, and you make a good point, Pete, because that'll likely mean the first or the number 1 seed won't come out of there, but they'll have a home playoff game, so they'll have a road game to get to the AFC Championship, whoever it is.
Yeah, Jay says the North.
That'll be good.
Jay says the North. JC Jonathan Chunk says the West. Space Mountain Dave says the NFC. Space Mountain Dave is lost in another world somewhere. I love
stuck in Detroit. He's in the Superdome. Just let me win one game.
Space Mountain Dave
Missed it by that much.
Sorry, buddy. But it is what it is. So we'll see how it comes out. It's going to be interesting all the way through. East could be sneaky. Molar Man Anthony, what's up, brother? Welcome in as well. He says, "Hey, the North." So, all right. Question number 3.
If I had to rate him, I would say the West and the North were pretty tied, but I'm going to pick the West. The South, but the East would be the next one in there because I think the South has got some good teams going this year. They got a lot of potential this year. The South really does. Then the East would be my last.
When I look at the list, I don't think any horrible doormats in the entire AFC. So that's interesting.
That's interesting in itself. So
besides the Jets and the Texans.
This one here. I want to finish these questions out. Which team could trade for Stephon Gilmore right now? What team do you think is Gilmore wants out? He's made it very clear. He wants out of San Francisco. Which one of those teams do you think is going to be the one that trades for him? Kelly, why don't you start this one?
Who do I think could or will?
Who do you think will?
I think the Browns would. I think the Browns would.
Okay, interesting. Andrew LaFleur, what's up? Welcome in, buddy. Jeff, what's your thought?
I think Seattle is the team that sticks out to me. Obviously, Pete Carroll loves that style of DB, like 70 elite DBs in general. But really, any team would like him. I mean, the Cowboys could use one. The Raiders could use one. Arizona's been wheeling and dealing. It make a big difference in Cleveland. I don't know. That's a tough one. But I mean, Seattle, because of Pete Carroll and the DB thing, is where my brain goes.
My 3, and I don't know which order it is, but my 3 that I think are the hottest on this docket right here is Seattle, Dallas, and Vegas. The 3 teams that are listed last on this list, I think, are the 3 that he has the best to go to. And he's going to go somewhere because he wants out of New England. He's made that very clear.
All 3 of those teams are super aggressive in trades, too. So I agree with what you just said.
All right, question 4. Let's jump over to this one. Building your team. I already know Jeff's answer to this. Building your team.
the right one.
You can only take one of these 2, Burrow or your boy out there from Oregon. Who are you going to take? Kelly, it's your turn to start.
This is an easy one, Kelly.
This Chargers.
Chargers. You're going to take the kid from the Chargers to start your organization?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff, I'm sure that's who you're going to take.
You could be blind and deaf for the entire season last year and still know it's Justin Herbert. He was one of the greatest rookie year for a quarterback ever. I like Burrow too, but it's,
Here's what I say. My thought on this is, I don't think you lose if you pick either one. I think.
Yeah, I like Burrow. That's a good point. But
I think your Chargers quarterback showed what he can do last year, and he's going to be even better this year. And I think Burrow started to show it until he got hurt. If they get some protection around him, he's going to make our division even tougher. I'm not looking forward to playing him 2 times a year. I don't think
he's good, but Success leaves clues, and Justin left a lot last year.
Here's a tough question. Rorito, welcome in. Great to see you. Tough question. Game-winning drive. Game on the line. Is it the seven-time world champion, or is it your one-time champion who's got the promise and swagger of maybe the best ever in the NFL, the way he comes across and smoothness? It's a tough call. Jeff, I'm actually going to let you sit and start this one and let Kelly think about it.
So I will tell you the right answer, and then we'll listen to Kelly fumble over the wrong answer. It's Tom Brady. Are you kidding me? It's Tom Brady. It's like, unless Joe Montana's on this list, this is the easiest question in the history of questions. Tom Brady. Now, to defend against what, how Kelly's going to be wrong here in a minute. Patrick Mahomes has as good of a chance to throw it left-handed between his legs to the cheerleader as he does to be better than Tom Brady on the fourth quarter winning drive. It's not even close. Feel free to be wrong, Kelly.
I can't be wrong because I won't pick, and here's why.
Okay. I like
game winning. They've both done it to each other. They've both done it to each other. They both, in the very final seconds of the game, beat each other with a game-winning drive. Both of them to each other.
Okay. I like
so in my book, that's a 50-50 question. And that's my honest opinion, because I've seen them both do it to each other. Last Super Bowl was not a game-winning drive. We all know that. I'll be the first one to admit it.
It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault, but
I've seen them both do it to each other as a game-winning drive. In the last seconds of the game, they both beat each other.
Yep.
In the last 2 years,
so
in game-winning drives.
I'll throw out there, and I'll say this. I think when they drafted Mahomes, I didn't get it. After watching him play, I ultimately get it, okay, what this kid is, not only both on and off the field, what he is, okay? But I also say this, I can't stand Brady, okay? I'm a Tampa Bay fan as well. I was a Tampa Bay fan for years before Baltimore got a team back. I didn't have a team. When I first started watching football, the Colts left. It was the year they driven out of Baltimore in Mayflower trucks in the middle of the night. So I started following the Yucks, because they were the only football team on TV. I've been to almost as many Tampa Bay games live as I have Ravens game, and I'm a Ravens season ticket holder. Gives you an idea. Seeing Brady quarterback them last year was painful. Every time they scored, I wanted to jump up and down with no legs. Every time Brady threw it to Gronk, I wanted to punch myself in the face. So that being said, the guy's got 7 rings. I've seen him do it over and over and over again, and when you do it that much, that consistently, for this question right now, I got to give it to Brady, and I hate saying that. It just drives me nuts saying that. But I like the question. I thought it was a good one. All right, here's a pretty cool question. We'll do this, then we're going to finish it off with fast pace so we can close it out for the night. See if you guys can get this. I'll be curious to see who gets it, whether it's my guys on the panel or somebody in the chat without cheating. Who is this? This quarterback made the Pro Bowl in 2018. 2,600 yards, 12-7 TD INTs, 58 percentage, rating 80.2. Kelly, go ahead.
2008 or 2018?
2008. Yeah, 2008. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. 2008.
I mean, that's so hard. 2008. I'm going to need some context. I mean,
just look at the numbers. I got it wrong, by the way, when I first looked at this question. I'll just let you know.
2008.
7 interceptions.
Don't look it up. Don't cheat out there. Just try to pick it. Jeff, anybody?
Phillip Rivers. I don't know. I can't think of it.
Phillip Rivers. All right, Kelly?
I got no clue.
No, it wouldn't be Phillip Rivers. You have more yards than that. I don't know. That's a bad pick. I don't know.
The answer is that
Peyton Manning?
Got Matt Ryan being thrown in there. You got Cam Newton.
No, they'd all have more yards.
So the answer to this question is, when you guys will probably see it here. Just a second. I'm waiting to see if anybody else comes in. Jason Udo says Cam Newton.
Give us a hint, Pete, before you show it. Give us a hint.
He's a right-handed quarterback.
Ah, thanks. Jim Zorn.
So Ruby Maggie Nick says Favre. I didn't have a hint when I got it. I had to guess it right. Here it is. You'll be surprised, because I was.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry?
If you got that right, that's insane.
He was selected over Phillip Rivers.
Well, there you go.
Was amazing in itself. I got it totally wrong, too. It was a hard one, so I figured we'd throw it out there with that. All right, let's do it. We're going to finish up tonight, as we always do. Let's do closing thoughts, which our closing thoughts are your closing thoughts. What questions do you have in the chat that you want to ask the guys? Put them in the chat right now. We'll take 5 minutes and do it, and then we're going to finish it up. Tell me in the chat what you got. Cricket said that was nuts. Yeah, it was. I didn't expect
right. That's crazy.
Kerry Collins, of all people. I was like, wow. Let's see what questions pop up here as we get ready to roll it out. Next week, we'll be analyzing week 11 and 12 of the NFL season. 11 and 12 right here on the channel. Do us a favor as I'm waiting for questions to come up. If you're watching this live or on the replay and you like the show and you have friends that like the NFL, tell them about what we're doing over here. Let's get some more people in here hanging out with us talking football as we build up to the season. Offensive line takes a step back or forwards for the Chiefs. Jason Udo wants to know, Kelly, what do you think? Your offensive line, step backward or forward?
I just with the changes they've made, they've already stepped up. They've already stepped up to where we were at the end of the season last year, just by the trades they've made.
Okay. Don't let that NFL head coach that's in the hot seat right now.
Oh, great question. I mean, dare I say Belichick? I mean, call it a hot seat. He's not going to get fired, but his legacy might be in the hot seat a little bit. Yeah, it's the only guy that pops in my head. I mean, okay, it's pretty early.
All right. Space Mountain Dave says, hey, Jeff, when are you moving to Michigan and cheering for the Lions?
I bet you can guess. Right after I moved to Cleveland.
Right after you moved to Cleveland. Kelly, hey, it's Jeff, says, who will be the better quarterback in LA this year? Your Chargers quarterback or your Rams quarterback? Stafford or your kid down there that Jeff loves from Oregon? A-Bear, as I call him. Jeff hates it when it's
Herbert. It's Herbert.
Who will be the better quarterback?
Stafford.
That's a really good question.
That is a great question.
Can you make them easy? Can you throw me some softball?
Stafford's freaking great. So,
well, there's a follow-up. Jason Udo says Matthew Stafford, Renaissance or career over? Jeff, what do you think?
Renaissance. Like, he's elite. He's elite. He's first ballot Hall of Famer if he plays where Peyton Manning had been playing. Like, it's all opportunity. He's elite, people. So I like the Rams. So we'll see it.
Cricket Fox says, hey, Jeff, is Dak healthy enough to play the whole season?
He is. He absolutely is. I've been watching him move. I've seen it on the video that everybody here is football nuts, and we were all wondering. He's moving unbelievably well. So, yes, 100%. Okay, cool. Done deal.
I think
$5 says he's hurt before the end of the year.
Kelly, here's a good one.
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, there you go. Take it. Disavinity Daniel says, Kelly, does Joe Burrow have an amazing season this year?
For who?
For the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, for Kelly or for me?
For Kelly.
Oh. No. Huh? Has a good season? Yes. 6-7 wins? Yeah.
Gotcha. This question is for you. Give me an over-under number. How many quarterbacks have 4,000 yards this year? Kelly, how many?
2.
Jeff, how many?
Higher. 4 to 8, 7, 6. I don't know. That's hard.
I'm going to say 3. I think it's about 3 of them. That's a good question. I like that one. Let's see.
They got an extra game too, guys. So.
Hatbox Ghost Jerry's got a good one up there. Let's see what Jerry has. In another year earlier, Carson Wentz was playing as potential MVP under Reich. Now he's back with Reich. Do you think, like me, that Wentz is going to fool a lot of people? Jeff, what do you think?
So I actually think Wentz is pretty good. I think, though, he proved that he might be a mental midget. I think he proved he might, so I'm sorry for that stupid sentence. I don't know. He lost the locker room. He lost his head coach, and they were really close. And I think they're all elite. At that level, they're all elite athletes.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? It's what's between the two ears. And I'm wondering if Carson's there. His team quit on him, and his coach, who was all about him, quit on him. So I'd say no.
Yeah. Hey, it's Jeff, says Pete, who has more rushing yards this year, Lamar or Dobbins? Dobbins. Ravens going to be more pass-oriented this year. They have shut off training camps to the outside news media for some of the new stuff they're putting in the offense is what we're being told. It could just be that maybe, I don't know, Bisciotti doesn't want anybody there on the field. I don't know. But we'll see if that's true or not. I'll believe it when I see it, to be honest with you. I love Lamar. I'm still not sold on the whole throwing prowess. Kelly, let me throw this one to you. Barkley, up in New York Giants, is he going to be elite again?
No.
Okay, no, not at all.
No,
All right.
and I also want to say, Space Mountain Dave, I think Ben does retire after this year. I think this is his last year.
I think he may have announced that. I wouldn't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, he's talked about it. He's talked about it, but he won't confirm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, everybody, hey, let's go finish it up here as we always do. These guys are my partners. We're going to find out what they have going on their channel coming up. Put their links into the chat one more time for me tonight. I'd just like to talk about them for a second myself. Kelly Myers and the Mouse, broadcasting live from Disney consistently. NFL, he's a Chiefs fan. Die hard, bleeds the red and white. Passionate about his team. I love that. That's why he's here with me on Thursday nights. Dole Whip Dad here. He is a Dallas Cowboy and a Chargers fan. He's lived in both areas, has a passion for both. I get it. I understand two teams. I think it's awesome. We also just would like to acknowledge some of the others that jump in and fill in for us at times. Diz Our Dream, who helps us. He'll see him throughout the season with the Steelers and his love for the Steelers. And Mouse Talk, who has jumped in with us a couple times already. We thank Walt for his support and what he does tonight. Kelly, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Tomorrow morning, Rope Drop, Magic Kingdom.
Nice.
All day for the most part. We're not going to go into the evening because our friends over at Resort TV One are going to be live tomorrow night. So we'll probably pass the torch to them from the Magic Kingdom tomorrow. And then Saturday, we'll be at Hollywood Studios, bringing you everything from Batu and Runaway Railway.
Love it. Jeff, what do you have coming up, buddy?
Actually, I usually make a joke at this point because I love promoting, but not so much on somebody else's channel. But I am going to make an ask. Saturday, we have a show. I have a show every Saturday morning with my youngest daughter. She turned 17. My youngest is turning 17. It's a Star Wars talk show, and it's her birthday stream. Her actual birthday is on Monday. She's so excited about it. We got a couple special guests coming in.
Nice.
If any super chats come in, they're going to go to her. But she loves it. She loves you guys. So if you don't hate Star Wars and you're up on a Saturday morning, 9 o'clock my time, Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, love to have you pop in and say happy birthday, Reagan. She's one of those people who loves birthdays, right? So
please go say hi to Reagan and say happy birthday.
It would make my day.
Absolutely.
And again, not that I'm asking, but any super chats are going to go to her. So if nobody does, I'll make my mom send one because.
Well, here's what you got two great creators here. You'll see all three of us generally back here on Thursday nights building up to the season. We will have others coming in to join us here and there. I'd like to bring in, Mouse Talk again. I'd like to bring in Diz Our Dream. I've had a couple other inquiries about some people that want to join us, Lee from Theme Park Ohana, people like that. So maybe we'll bring those in a little bit of mix and have them come in and chat with us one Thursday coming up here as we build into it. We're going to do our live drafts on this channel. We got the Pick'em League for it. We're going to do all these games during the season, NFL football, Disney content, creator talk. Jeff does great stuff.
Yeah.
You want to learn how
Sunday night. Yeah, thank you.
Better creators Sunday night. So I thank everybody for being here. I thank everyone who was in the chat. I thank everyone of the members and moderators who are here. Do me a favor, help us out. Next Thursday night, there's 30 of you in here right now, whatever, 25. Do me a favor, 25 of you share out the stream. I bet you more people come. It would help us out if you appreciate all. Trust me, there's a lot of work that goes into this show to make it happen. Just that little bit would help us a lot. We thank you. We ask you to please take care of yourself and each other. The NFL, it's not that far away. Go Ravens. I can say that because I can mute both of them real quick. We'll see everybody real soon. Bye-bye.
Never.